This is a special interview with the Governor of Ekiti State, Mr. Abayomi Oyebanji. Your Excellency, it's a pleasure to be here and to speak with you today.
Well, it's my delight and pleasure to have you in Ekiti. Good evening to our viewers.
Your Excellency, you are gradually winding down to the end of your first term in office. How would you summarize your experience as governor?
Well, we give God all the glory. It has been exciting, it's been a learning curve, and it's been fulfilling because it offers a platform and opportunity to serve the people. And I'm grateful to God for the grace to serve them. And I'm happy that the people, so far so good, are very happy with what we have been able to achieve within 2.5 years.
It will seem to most people that you have intentionally focused on agri-production and empowerment of young people to take a positive interest in agriculture. Why have you decided to toe this line?
Well, agri and rural development is one of the pillars upon which we campaign to Ekiti State. We run the government based on 6 pillars, of which agri is one of them. Then Ekiti State is basically an agrarian state. Agri contributes more than 60% to our GDP as a state. So our objective in agri is to provide, to feed our people, to create wealth, to generate employment, and also to secure our people. So we've been intentional, in fairness, in our implementation of all our Greek policies. Because if you recall, the old Western region was developed and built by the proceeds from the agri sector. And this is a sector that has been neglected. So when we came on board, we just decided that, look, we have to go back to agri. And as a state, that's the only thing we have. We don't have oil, but we believe that we have enough human capital and natural resources and agri-allied product to develop our people. So in the last 2.5 years, we have onboarded close to 3,000 youths in our 6 clusters and across the agri value chain. And what that one has opened our eyes to is that the youths are ready to work if you provide an enabling environment for them to do so.
Yes, I'm happy to hear this because the feeling that we had before now was that the young people do not want to get involved in agriculture and that they would rather keep themselves busy doing other things. From your own experience, how would you describe the attitude of these young people to agriculture?
I think we need to interrogate why are they not interested. It's not fair to them to just write them off to say that they are not interested. We must see agri as a business. We must see it as a venture that we must make it attractive to the youths. You know, a youth going to agri must be able to tell himself that, look, I'm going to this business. From this business, I can build a house, I can buy a car, I can send my children to school. But if we still see agri as a poster for poverty, they will not go there. So the experience we did in Ekiti State last year is we partner with private sector and we invited the youth to come out. They came out, we onboarded 1,000 of them. We developed 6 agri clusters across the state and we cleared close to 1,500 hectares of land across the 6 clusters. We gave them improved seedlings, we gave them fertilizer, we plowed the land, we developed the land for them, and we followed with extension services. So all through the value chain, we handheld them, you know, and we also ensured that we provided security on the farms for the young farmers and for the farm product. And at the end of the day, we also set up an aggregation company that we call Ilueye Trading Company that bought back the proceeds from them. So we protected them from the manipulations of middlemen. So Ekiti youths have now realized that, look, you can make money in agri. So last year we started with 1,000. This year alone, over 4,000 youth have signified. So we are expanding the clusters from 6 to 13. We have 16 local government, and we are doing this in partnership with local government. So I went around the 6 clusters myself to talk to them that, what do you want us to do? What do you want us to do that will make you comfortable here? And they told me that, look, we still walk from our houses to this place. We need vehicles. You need to open roads. And we want to stay on the farm. So as we speak now, we are building 6 farm clusters that we call the New Hope Farm Clusters. We named it the New Hope because Mr. President has been extremely supportive of Ekiti State in this enterprise. He has really given us every necessary support. So we need the next few months, the dormitories will be ready, fitted with every basic things that make life comfortable for them. You know, we are going to put CCTV, we are going to put solar, we are going to put security houses. They have cafeteria, so you know. So you can go to your farm on a Monday and decide to work for 3-4 days. Go to your room, sleep well, watch TV, watch CCTV, watch a DSTV, and do everything that you can do in your private homes. And when you are going back, there'll be a bus that will take you back to their houses. So far, so good, and that is attractive to them. And I also promised to kit them. Because last year when I went and I saw them, I saw a lot of them wearing slippers to the farm. You know, and I told them, don't worry. So we are branding their shoes, raincoats, everything to give to them, just to encourage them. That is my way of just encouraging them. And what I've told the Minister of Investments also is to now start to organize lecture for them on financial literacy, so that the money they make, they don't waste it. So we are doing that with them. And last year I was glad that some of them have started putting the money back into their own farms. Because last time we gave them 1 hectare each. Now we've increased to 2 hectares. But the challenge is more money for us to clear the lands, to protect them, because the security has to be 24 hours. So you have to provide for vehicles, you have to provide for houses for them, and you have to feed them around the clock. But what that one does for us is that we just realize that there is a reduction in the rate of criminality, crime, and kidnapping in the state. Because most of the forests where they had their kidnapped victims, we have now cleared them. Most of the forests where they used to go in their hemp, we have cleared them. You know, and the people are happy. So those guys that were involved in all this criminality, they are back to the farm, and they're making decent living for themselves. So they've realized that, look, you don't have to be a criminal, and you can be in the agri-business and make money. So I'm so excited, I'm so happy, and I thank Mr. President for his support, for believing in this project. The NBS released the inflation figure, and Ekiti State has the least food inflation in the Southwest. Last year we had one of the highest, and that speaks to the efficacy of intervention in the agri space.
That means the more agri production is achieved, the lower food prices.
Yes, because apart from the youth, we're also clearing lands for cooperatives, agri-cooperative societies. We clear land for them. We clear land for communities. Once we are registered on our platform and we know that we are a genuine farmer, the difference between our own intervention and others is that we put a structure in place that has pushed out political farmers. You know, so we are dealing with the real farmers through their registered association. So apart from the youth that we have, we are also clearing for serious mandate farmers cooperative societies, community that has farmland. We are doing that across the state. So there's a lot of productions of goods and food items that goes into the market. The one we are buying, we are aggregating. We are going to release to the market when the prices go up to moderate prices at that level. So we have a warehouse across the state. We are the one we bought from our youth. We are aggregating them there.
So who is a political farmer?
The political farmers are politicians that have access to government facility and infrastructure and resources, but they don't have farms. And there are many. You call them portfolio farmers, and they are all over. And they are the ones that have been hijacking most of government intervention, and that is why we've been jumping on the same spot. But in Ekiti State, we find a way of sidelining them, and we are dealing with the real farmers.
So good roads are crucial to success even in terms of agri-production. What are you doing in this area, especially rural roads, where the production belts are?
We are in partnership with the World Bank. Ekiti State is one of the beneficiaries of the Rural Agri Marketing program of the World Bank. It's an intervention between the World Bank and the state government. We have paid their counterpart funds, and they've started the construction of rural roads. The first phase of the program will see to the construction of 1,000 kilometers of farm roads. As we speak now, active on ground, there are over 300 kilometers. And the remaining, and there are different stages of procurement. So that opens all the rural areas to good road network and to transportation. So they can move their goods from the farms to the market and to the community. And I must thank the World Bank for this. And they're very active in Ekiti State. And they've adjudged Ekiti State as one of the best states in the RAM program, because we have not failed in paying our counterpart funding. And we have also aligned ourselves and adhere strictly to the protocols of procurement.
Now, still talking about roads, how are you handling the delicate balance between providing quality roads for your people and bearing in mind that a lot of these roads do not actually belong to the state government? How are you managing things? Because the federal government doesn't always encourage states to fix their roads.
Well, I think the policy on ground is that states cannot just move to federal roads without approval, and that even if you move to it and you get it repaired, you don't get reimbursed. So it's not encouraging to most states. But the question is our citizens that use most of these roads. So in Ekiti State currently, we are working on a major federal road in the state. It's a road that have been re-awarded by federal government for the past 10 years. It's the Ado-Ifaki road. Every Ekiti indigenous will know that road. But now we have taken it upon ourselves to completely repair the road, and it's costing us close to 20 billion naira. But when I told John himself for work, he just told me that, well, it's good, I'm grateful to you, but you're on your own, you are not going to be reimbursed. I still don't agree with him on that, and we take it further. But if federal government will support states, in this, if they reimburse us, we can take the money and move on another federal road, as long as we agreed on quality control, that we do it in a way and manner that it will last. I don't think that policy, we met it on ground, if you're honest, it's not the policy of this federal government, of the present government, we met that policy on ground. And they even told us that even if you repair federal road, you can't tow it. Yeah. So any money you spend on federal road, you are just on your own, you spend it, but your people enjoy it, but that money cannot be reimbursed. So as a governor, you ask us that instead of fixing federal roads with money meant for Ekiti people, and there are a lot of bad roads, state road within the state, what do you do? So we have to strike a balance and look at federal roads that are very strategic to economic prosperity and shared prosperity agenda. We fix that on our own. And it's not even fixing the road alone. If federal government awards a road contract in your state carry the cost of compensation. So because federal government graciously they are reconstructing Akure, Itaogbolu, Iju, Ikere Ado Road. We'll be paying over 300 million as compensation to allow the contractor to move to Ikere Ekiti. It's a federal project, but it's the state that pay compensation. So those are the issues involved in that matter. But any state that wants its people to develop, then you have to carry this cost in addition to meeting other obligations to the people. But we continue to engage with the federal government to see how we are going to have a win-win structure that make it attractive for states, to repair federal roads and get reimbursed.
And there have been complaints in the past that when those roads are fixed by the state, the bills are usually inflated.
Well, yes, I've heard about that complaint. I will not deny not hearing that. But if we work in conjunction, every state has what you call the Federal Controller of Works in the states. So the states, in conjunction with the Federal Controller of Works and Minister of Works, should agree on the bill of engineering measurement. Once we agree on the cost ab initio before procurement and before award, once both of you agree on that cost, then the room for inflation will not, for inflating the contract will not have arisen. So I guess that is the area we need to look into. At the point of designing and preparing the bill, both state and federal government should sit down together and agree. And look, this should be the cost of this. And once we agree, and the state goes ahead, the two of them should supervise and measure to ensure that there's value for money. Once those ones are done, the state should be refunded.